Fellow Drops fans, we have a different setup today. We're actually at our store with our store manager / fellow tasting panelist, John Blenn here. Stoked to bring you a 2 brew guide. Let's get into it. Can you tell us a little bit more about what coffee you're brewing?
So right now I'm brewing Hydrangea, very special coffee. It's a very special process. It's very different.
Can you tell me how we're brewing this coffee?
Yeah, so we're actually doing a 1 to 16.5 ratio. Just something a little different from the, I guess, universal recipe that we normally do, which is like 1 to 16, which is like the classic recipe. I just feel like you get a little more coffee because I do enjoy more than a small 10-ounce cup of coffee. Sometimes
Fair.
I don't want 2 cups, but I just want a little extra to get me going. So I like to do 1 to 16.5. I feel like 1 to 16.5 is just a great ratio for brewing to get a little more coffee, but also without losing the clarity of the coffee.
So it's a very special coffee from Colombia, experimental processed coffee. This farm in particular is doing a lot of really great work in, not going to say innovating because it's bio-innovation, but really truly innovating processing methods and just making strides in really cool, clean, experimental processed coffee. What do you like about it, John? What's it tasting like?
I just feel like it has a nice haziness to it, which it's kind of funny, but like this process reminds me of, I guess you would call it like the juicy, hazy IPA of coffees.
Right.
It does have a little bit of ferment on it, which is just naturally from the process, but
just
also
slightly, yeah.
Just slightly,
yeah.
But also it just has this nice balance of like sweetness, haziness, creaminess. And I think it's just a very special process. It's just so new, so different, and it's definitely an experience.
It's true. And the way you're brewing it gives it that like balance of, hey, kind of like a hazy, juicy IPA, but also enough clarity to discern and delineate the flavors. Because I've, like tasting the way you're brewing it and having cupped it, like it's this really, really interesting balance of both worlds. And John, thank you for being instrumental in bringing this coffee to us. Honestly, I feel like you were the one that suggested it, and that's why we're dropping it. Also, thank you, Hydrangea, for bringing this coffee to us. And thank you to Alvaro Rodriguez for producing it, for bringing it to us, and everyone at the farm. And yeah, we're stoked to brew it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Thanks so much for joining us here today, you guys, for this different brew guide, this 2 brew guide. I'm Haley. This is John. We have been your brew guides, and we hope you have a great rest of your day, and see you next time.
See you next time.
Yeah.